Hello guys, and welcome again to my channel. Did you know that a lot of things are fast changing in the United Kingdom regarding working in healthcare? Like, if you are looking for a job with the NHS these days, it's pretty difficult to get a position that would come with a certificate of sponsorship. So you need to have something extra. You need to either be extraordinarily prepared for your interview, or you need to have extra certifications that would make you stand out. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing about 2 interview questions that someone was recently asked, and I can tell you that these questions are like 1 in 100. That is to tell you that a lot of things are improving. It is no longer the era of what is your name, tell me about yourself. It is now getting to the era of demonstrate what you know. They want you to be able to demonstrate the knowledge that you have about healthcare. Now they want you to practicalize your knowledge, demonstrate your knowledge. And I feel like if you are preparing for any NHS interview, you should see this video. If you have anyone preparing for any NHS interview, please forward this video to them. Share this video with them, because who knows, they might just come across these 2 questions. And if they are not well prepared, like they say, if you fail to prepare, it means you're just preparing to fail. So without wasting much of your time, I'll just dive straight into the interview questions. So this particular interview was conducted by several managers, and they called in more than one applicant. So it was a couple of applicants being interviewed by a couple of managers, and they were handed some wipes. Unfortunately, I don't have wipes here. The wipes are in the car. But let's assume these are wipes. I mean, antimicrobial, antibacterial wipes, So they were handed over some wipes, and they told them, demonstrate, assuming that you are somewhere that you don't have tap water. Maybe you are somewhere where there is no water running, or maybe there's a problem with the taps. Demonstrate how you are going to use wipes to sanitize your hand. How you're going to wash your hands using wipes, antimicrobial wipes. And so they handed wipes to the first applicant. You're going to demonstrate it. If you remember, this is more like infection control question. Usually they would ask you before now, in those days, in the previous era, they wouldn't come as straightforward as this. They might just ask you, do you know about infection control? What do you know about infection control? What should you do to prevent infection? And usually would say, make sure you wear your PPEs, right? But it is no longer that era. It's like things have shifted. Now they're asking you to demonstrate, to do more of demonstration than just like verbal answers. So if you were asked, what would you do? I think you should quickly remember the hand washing techniques, all those steps involved in the hand washing techniques. And I think that's exactly what they want you to demonstrate using the wipes. For the hand washing techniques, usually you would first put the soap on your palms, wet your hands, and then you rub your palms together, which is like the first step here, because you don't have any soap you're applying on your palms. You don't have any water you're running over your hands. So the first thing you want to do is to ensure that you pick up a wipe and then rub against your palms. And one other thing you want to take note of is that you're preventing infection from spreading. So you don't want to use a single wipe to do all your hand washing. So having rubbed the wipes on your 2 palms, you should trash that one appropriately and pick up the next wipe. And the next step in hand washing technique is for you to wash the back of your hands. So with the new wipes, you would likely do this. If I wash the palm of this hand, right, can I use this wipe to wipe the back of this palm? No. So having washed the palm of this, I might want to discard this wipe again and pick another one to wash the other back of my hand, right? Which is the second step. And then the next step in hand washing, right, is to interlock your hands and wash in between your fingers. So you might want to take another wipe, making 4, and then clean in between your fingers clean in between your fingers, right? Using another 2 wipes, making how many wipes? That's making like 5 wipes. Then the next stage, I think, is to wash this your thumb. So you want to wash your thumb, wash it with 1 wipe, possibly trash that one, and then take another wipe, wash the other one. And the next step in hand washing is to rub the tips of your fingers on your palm. So you want to take another wipe and then use it to like wash your fingertips or your fingernail tips like that, and another one to do the other side. Trash that one as well. Just use as many as possible and make sure you're trashing appropriately. So having done the next step, which is this step, and trashing your wipes, the next thing you want to do is to take another wipe and then clean your wrists, right? Clean your wrist. Clean your wrist. Make sure you don't use the same wipe, because if you clean your wrist with this wipe, all the microorganisms that you have cleaned from here, you don't want to transfer them on this next hand. So it's safe that you take another one, another wipe entirely to wipe your wrist. So that is that about that particular question.
God will work it out. But one thing I know, one thing I found out, that whatever I'm going through, God will work it out. Things are coming together for you this year. Things are working out in your favor this year. Whatever you're praying for, God will work it out. Don't leave this service without getting what God has for you. God will work it out. God will work it out. Because one thing I know, one thing I will find.
So the next question now is, you have just completed a personal care, like your residents have just opened bowel or had a bowel movement, and you have just finished giving personal care. How do you take off your PPEs? And usually for personal care, what you need is your gloves, your pair of gloves, and your apron, right? So that's why I have them on. How would you remove your personal PPE, your personal preventive equipment, after a personal care? So, right, you are not expected to take these PPEs off in the residence room. What you're expected to do is either go to the bathroom, the shower room, or the sluice room, right, to take it off. So how do you take it off? What is the technique? You had performed the personal care, and we're assuming that there might be microorganisms on your PPEs. First thing is to take off your gloves, right? Your gloves first. And how do you take off your glove? I hope you can see me. We're assuming that there are microorganisms on the outer part, microorganisms everywhere. So you don't want to touch this outer part of your gloves with your bare hands. And this is what you're expected to do. Like, just you can just pull it, as long as you still have your gloves here. You can pull this out, right? You pull it out, and then with this, right, since this other part is not really infected, you slide it into this one, right, and pull it out as well, right? Now we have the other sides. So you could just do this and put it in the bin. After taking off your gloves, make sure that you use your hand sanitizer. Sanitize your hands, because you can't be too sure that the microbes are not on your palms already. So after sanitizing your hands, you want to take this off. You don't want your hands to touch any of these surfaces that have been exposed. So you go to the back and then snatch this, cut it off. You see, fold it like this, such that the inner part that has not been exposed is what you are seeing. Then also cut this, right, and fold, and then trash this also. After then, you could just use your hand sanitizer, or better still, if you have a tap around, you could do your hand washing techniques using the soap and water. So these are questions that you are likely to come across if you have any NHS interview coming up and you don't want to be caught unawares, right? You want to be as prepared as possible. So if this video has been helpful to you, or if you have come across any such interview questions that are similar to this, please drop them in the comment section so that other people can learn from them. Thank you so much. Feel free to share this video, consider liking this video, and please consider subscribing. And I also hope to see you in my next video.